Good morning, good morning, and happy Tuesday, everyone. This is Arlene Hughes from Atlanta, GA, and I want to thank you all for hopping on our call today. We're going to get it done, guys. Let's kick off this great day together as we hear more on how to break records in life. Spread the word now, guys. There's still time for others to hop on. You know what we say? Come one, come all. Now, it's time to recognize some record breakers. Guys, we got a lot going on this morning, so I'm going to talk super fast. Hang on to your hats. Welcome to the family, Cynthia Nunez. Welcome to the family, Jada Barnett. Way to go, Olean Mills. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Shamaris Gunn. Right decision, baby girl. Welcome. Candace Knight. Platinum. Those of us on the call, you guys all know what that means. We also want to, guys, recognize some record breakers. We've got some things going on, guys, that are going to put a lot of people in the right place to become record breakers, and they are our events. Real quick, we have The View coming up in Las Vegas. Get your tickets October 10th through the 21st. Guys, you go to wveventreg.com in order to register. Our fearless leader, Wayne Nugent, is teaming up with Troy Brown. They're going to tour 5 cities in 5 days, guys. They're on a bus tour going through Mobile, Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Winfield, and Memphis. Look online. Look at our site, our team pages, and you'll see how to go and see them. Don't miss it if you're in the area. We also have a Super Saturday training coming up. Jared Comitzi is down there. They're doing a great job trying to get us all trained up. So go and see it, be a part of it, have some fun, and learn. Now, guys, it's time for us to go ahead and kick off our main event. We have someone very special who's going to be giving us our message of the day. He is a father and a husband. He runs 4 different companies. He was featured in Time magazine. He's also been in multiple TV shows, radio, magazines, newspapers, you name it, he's been there. He served in the United States Marine for 9 years. Thank you for your service. And he's helped over 200 girls capture scholarships to college. And he's a national trainer in the concept that we all know and love. Guys, without further ado, please welcome 100K ring earner Dell Hughes to the call. Hey, Dell, are you here?
You know I am. Well, I appreciate that introduction. Oh, wife, oh, wife, oh, wife, oh, mine. For everybody else on the call. Good morning, good day, great rising, great day. The scripture for the day comes from Matthew chapter 6, verse 34. It reads as follows. Therefore, do not be anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will be anxious for itself. Sufficient for the day is its own trouble. That comes from Matthew chapter 6, verse 34. For everybody else on the call, welcome to this morning's broadcast. We'd like to begin by acknowledging God, and you are listening to How to Break Records in Life. Thank you for being on the call. Family, our book of the top half of the month is Start With Why by Simon Sinek, an absolutely outstanding book. And family, for this morning, we're going to jump right in. Today's topic, our focus today, why your words and your actions should be congruent. Why your words and your actions should be congruent. You know, family, most of us deal and have to interact with other individuals all day long, every day. And we deal with people and we think to ourselves, there's a reason I really feel comfortable with this individual. Or there's a reason I don't feel comfortable with this individual. It's because a lot of us, when we talk with each other, we feel that the person we've been talking to, they express themselves through second thoughts, through filters in this suspicious way, making it difficult to build trust. There's a book, it's entitled The Six Pillars of Self-Esteem. Congruence is analyzed, and congruence is an alignment of words and your actions. For instance, congruence means that you, number one, keep your promises, keep the promises that you actually make. You express yourself freely, regardless of your environment. You admit when you flirt with someone and you don't conceal your true intention about him or her. And the average human has a pull towards creating their own personal identity. And that includes negative as well as positive attributes of their character. Unfortunately, most of the time, their identity doesn't exist to serve, but to restrict, which is an interesting concept altogether, right? Observe a friend or maybe yourself when you try to get out of your comfort zone. Something deep within you, it pulls you back. It keeps resisting. The exact same thing might happen to you, or it might happen to your friend, and they seem to make statements like, "That's not what I'm like. That's not who I am." But what you'll later understand is that your close friend in reality is full of excuses. Most of the time, our image and the information written on our identities are imaginary. The main reason that happens is because we haven't made them ourselves. They're constructed by our friends. They're constructed, our identities, that is, by our relatives, and generally our social circle. And that's reasonable for someone who doesn't invest in themselves. The desire to be free mentally and physically, it resonates with our nature. To get closer to your goal, I challenge you, day by day, leave a part of your identity and generally the image you have of yourself in your mind behind. Embrace freedom. Live without an identity that drags you backwards. Most of us, we see ourselves in a certain light. This is the type of person that I am. I am a leader. I am reserved. I am happy. I am carefree. I am intelligent. I am remarkably clever. I'm expected to know the answers. I am not smart. I am not educated. I'm not the type of person others would follow. And then that's how we behave. Forget that noise. If you want to be trusted out there, then you've got to have your actions and your words in alignment with one another. If you leave the identity you have of yourself behind and just kind of act freely, you'd be amazed at who you actually become. Now, if you don't leave your image behind, everything's easier. And it's easier said than done to do this. But action forms your character, and particularly how congruent you are. There are processes that have to do with the psyche, and those require time. There's no alteration in nature that hasn't happened in a second. Every human being has the ability to test his or her congruence day by day, followed by steps, and they can discover themselves. There's a foundational step, and it's the awareness of situations when we aren't congruent. If If you think that you're congruent, don't talk to people with ulterior motives. Be yourself. Be yourself and put it out there on the table. That way people will understand who you are. I decided to talk about this morning because I have this close friend, and I really enjoy her. I enjoy being around her, and I notice all the time I've got to be on my P's and Q's around her because she's always got these underlying motives. She's always got these ulterior motives, this agenda. And when she's talking, she's not talking to me. She's planning around me. And at this point in my life, I really just want to be a friend. I'm not looking to create enemies. I'm not looking to have arguments and strife or conflict between us. And it made me think about people in general in my life whose words and actions are actually in alignment. I was reading this article. It was the Positivity blog, and I was struck with number 9 on the list. It was Gandhi's top 10 fundamentals for changing the world. Number 9 was be congruent, be authentic, and be true, your true self. And it was followed up with 2 quotes by Gandhi. One was happiness is when you think happiness is what you think. Can I read here my own writing here? Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are all in harmony. The second was always aim at complete harmony of thought and word and deed. Always aim at purifying your thoughts, and everything will be well. Gandhi is a truly wise individual. There's no doubt about it. Now, I'm a big fan of authenticity. In fact, I'm one of those coaches who'll tell you to just be yourself. Most of you guys know I'm an elite volleyball coach out there. And I'm big into being who you are. It's a big deal to me. You will be happier if you don't try and put on a facade for people all over the place. You've got to decide who you want to be. Choose the person that you want to be and be that person. Don't be the person that's shaped by your friends, your relatives. Don't be the person that other people think you are. Now, that can be good and bad. If you are that person and then they've come to know who you are and you're the person you like to be, great. But if you're a different person, if you think something different than you talk about, and you do something different than you think about, well, your words and your actions are not in congruence. And there's a concept out there, just be. I've got a friend, her name is Laura, and she thinks that whole concept is just hoo-ha. But, I've written articles myself on how to discover your own personality, your own style, how to discover what makes you unique, and falling in love with the real you. But if I go back to the quotes by Gandhi, those quotes kind of sent me in a different direction when I read them. And it was a while ago. For me, what I hope to be as a speaker, what I hope to be as a friend, what I hope to be as a leader, all those things and what I see in speakers is a person who's congruent. What I see in people who are authentic, genuine leaders is being authentic. I want my thoughts, my words, and my actions to be congruent with one another. I do. I want to be the type of person who's worthy of trust. I almost always have a plan. I am a thinker. I'm highly contemplative, and there are a lot of us on the call who feel we're the same way. But I want to make sure at the end of the day, I'm happy with the person that I am. And I want people out there, I'd like to be trusted. I'd like to be liked, but I know that I can be respected because respect is up to me. And if my words and my actions are congruent with one another, you have very little choice but to respect me. You have very little choice. If you're talking about becoming a speaker out there, a lot of times I had just this weekend a bishop see me on stage and ask if he could pay me to wind up teaching him how to become a better public speaker. Now, a large part of engaging your audience and making your message memorable is gaining trust with your audience. Now, in simple terms, if your words and your actions don't match, there's this disconnect. When what you say and what you do don't match, the audience is confused, and the audience may perceive you to be insincere. They may perceive you to be hiding something, or they may not think they know it all, but they won't connect with you and they probably don't trust you. They've got to trust you, and that's the first thing that you need to be able to do is connect with your audience in such a way as they trust you. Now, very few teachers talk about how to be a better speaker and gaining trust from the people that you're speaking with, but I believe in that wholly and completely. And, human beings, they're complex. Heck, a lot of times can't even make sense of our own thoughts, of our own actions, because we know ourselves, and understanding ourselves is like a lifelong process. Why did I do that? I have those thoughts all the time. And for a person to be completely congruent all the time with their thoughts and their words and their actions, if they're going to have all of those things in alignment, then you've got to be self-actualized, to be honest. And there's another thought. If you want to reach a desired level of trust with the people that you engage with, whether you're a speaker, whether you're a friend, and in my case, whether you're talking to people that you may not even know on a broadcast that you conduct in the mornings, congruence is critical. Don't try and portray yourself as open or warm and approachable on stage. Don't try and portray yourself as a great, warm character to your friends and then run out the door the minute you don't have to talk to them anymore. Authenticity and congruence go hand in hand, family. Being yourself means being who you are, showing the world who you are with your words and your actions. You will be more trustworthy, you'll be more believable, you'll be more credible. Me, I don't want it any other way. I love who I am. And I want to make sure that when I get out there in front of people, they say things like, you can depend on who he is. He will follow up and do what he says he will do. We've been conducting this call since January. And at the end of the day, I said, we're going to be here weekdays, 7:25 to 7:55. And we have to be out of the country not to be on this call. We'll try and warn you when we do that. Well, we'll let you know. But we've had friends step on the call and fill in for us. And eventually, We're going to be able to play broadcasts of previous shows. We're growing up in this world out here, family. This world of broadcasting to one another. But we are congruent. We are here each morning, Monday through Friday, come rain or shine. And I got to tell you, just doing the research for this show, it requires effort. Being here right now, I am literally driving my son to school. It's day number 2 for school here in Atlanta. Doesn't stop me from being on the call. I try and be a man of my word, and at the end of the day, our topic, having your actions and your words be in alignment, being congruent, that's all it really boils down to. Are you a man or a woman of your word? Me, I am. Family, I'm going to get off that soapbox for a moment. We're going to move to that part of our show. For a lot of you, it's the favorite part. For a lot of you, getting to this point where we're able to make these declarations over our life, it is a big, big deal. And I want to invite everybody who's on the call today, everybody who's on the call. One thing we do at the end of our show is create our own life. Every day we create our own life. We do that by speaking affirmations. We do that by speaking declarations over our life. Guys, you can do exactly this. You can speak into your life those things that are not as if they were. We do this every day, and we start the same way. Every day is just a little bit different. But we start out by saying, and say this with conviction, say it with emotion. I am a child of the light. I love my life. I am a winner. I am time-free, debt-free, and financially free. I am relevant. And you are. I'm not afraid of the fire. I am the fire. I am disciplined and I get things done. I am a leader. I am a problem solver. I am 100% healthy. I am 100% the type of person who inspires others. Family, you know, I think that laughter is the most potent medicine there is. And we can find ways to help other people laugh and smile throughout the day just by being that person ourselves. Nothing begets a smile like a smile given first. And we end this call with a joke every single day. I think this one might make you smile. So there's this perennial question out there, right? Which came first, the chicken or the egg? Well, I got to let you know, family. I ordered both a chicken and an egg off Amazon Prime. I'll let you know. Family, I hope that put a smile on your face. You've been listening to How to Break Records in Life. I'm your host, Del Hughes. We conduct this call weekdays, 7:25 to 7:55. We hope to add just a little bit of value to your life by starting it off with a little inspiration. We hope to hear you back here on the call tomorrow morning. Share this call with somebody. If this added some value, share it with a friend. If you really like it, text me and let me know. I'm easy to find. I'm all over the internet. Until tomorrow, though, have faith, stay the course. Have faith, stay the course. Take care, family.